Hello everybody. I want to make a quick little video on the Peterbilt LED turn signal upgrade. Um, as many of you as you know, the older style Peterbilts have a light that goes here, this compartment, right? So it's a turn signal, right? It has two bulbs. The original one has two bulbs, one that's always on and one that does the turning, so it'll blink, right? My plug was damaged and I couldn't get a new one. Perhaps it just rusted, I don't know, but it wouldn't work, right? It wouldn't work. So I took it to Peterbilt. Peterbilt said this part comes with the light as one assembly. It's about $120, right? So we know as Peterbilt owners, everything that's Packard is pretty pricey. So I went with the aftermarket LEDs that'll match the LEDs on the side of the truck or the chicken lights. Now, what I wanted to talk about real quick is doing your connections properly. So it comes with this style of plug and play connections that obviously are not factory on the truck, right? So I will have to do two ends of it, or you can go the traditional way, which is with this wire crimper style deals here. Now this one has the extra cables for the chicken lights on the side of the truck, right? So what I did for the new ones is I went with the ones that melt. Oh, so what you do is you bring a lighter up to it. They will look like this. You bring a lighter up to it and it wraps around and it makes a good watertight seal that also protects the wire from pulling out. Now, you have to get the correct size. I went a little bit bigger because I gotta do two cables on the power and the ground so that I can get power to my chicken lights, right? So I went just a tad bigger, but what I made sure was that my cable was all the way to the end. I made a loop and I made sure I caught some of the insulation inside, right? Now, the thing that I wanted to talk about really was the importance of doing it right when you have an opportunity to kind of start over. You know, this is what the previous owner had done, and it worked for many years. It didn't bother me. It kind of looks a little ugly, and some of the cables hang, and you know, DOT doesn't want to see wires hanging out that are unprotected, right? If you have wires hanging out, they have to be covered like this, which you guys may or may not see, right? With this, they don't want to see them like that. So I bought some wire protectors. I'm gonna cover these bad boys up, keep them from scraping under here and doing all of that. But what I wanted to talk about was that, right? We're gonna do it. Let's do it right. Let's get the correct connections on there. You know, warm them up. Make sure they stick. Make sure they're clamped on pretty good. When you get the other ones, try your best to burn them together as well, so it'll create a watertight seal that you'll have no problems with. Now on the other side of my truck, real quick, I'll show you something. Which this is the good side because we're in the shade. This is what they had going on this side, right? Again, it worked. I didn't mess with it too much, but I am gonna fix it, right? We got connections here that you can see wire exposed. You know, they clipped onto them and did all kinds of mess. And it's fine, but DOT doesn't want to see that, right? They don't want to see all this mess. You know what I mean? But that's it, guys. I wanted to talk a little bit about cable management and doing it right the first time. And when these bad boys are in and working, I'll do a little short, see how cool they look, because they are going to look much better. Now again, this replacement parts, man, they're expensive. The plug and the light, about 120 at Rush. You know, I'm sure you can get them for about $100. Sometimes they'll work with you on the price, but this ones are $20. I paid $41 for both, and they're a quick replacement that you can probably find at any gas station, really, or any big TA or any big